Let's play darts. Oh, right. For those who were here last time, I've been throwing darts at pantaloons. So who wants to see me take my pantaloons off? I know that's something you perhaps probably thought would not be heard when you woke up this morning, or at any point in your life, really. Oh my Christ, let's get these off. So last time I threw darts at this because it made me not concentrate on scoring, but it made me focus on, made me focus on, where have they gone here? Focus on my my grouping and my basically trying to get all the darts in the same spot. So it's a shame about these pantaloons, but nonetheless, we shall move on. We might bring these out again at some point. But let's get going. Right, let's just straighten this up a tiny bit more. I think that's okay, if that's all right with you. Right, so the last time you saw me, I was throwing darts at that. I haven't thrown darts at an actual board since then, because all I've been doing, as you could tell from those marks, is been throwing a lot without thinking. So let's throw some darts for the first time in a while. See if it actually helped at all. Okay, not too bad. Can't complain. Let's get the old. Oh, hold on. Let's get this back on here. The surround, because as you know, if you've been here a while, before we got this, there were darts all over the place. I lost 3 family pets: hamster, a goldfish, and a small newt. Right, that still looks wobbly. That doesn't look straight to me. Sorry about this. A lot of admin. Normally, obviously, we don't throw darts at pantaloons. I never take my pantaloons off on video if you're a first-time viewer. So let's keep going again. Let's throw some 20s. I'm going to throw some scores today, and then we'll go on to some doubles. But I'm really working on my throw at the moment, so you have to bear with me. I haven't thrown at the board for a little while, so let's see how we go on here. Oh, that last one's poor. So yeah, everything at the moment, I'm trying to reduce the pressure on myself about getting good averages, getting good scores, getting good game results against people. And I'm switching it up to just focus on my throw, because look, every single video I ever put up, I get at least 10 comments from various people saying you're doing this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, this wrong. I know I'm doing so many things wrong. That's why I'm scoring, an average of 40. You watch the professionals, then of course it's going to be a vast difference. But the jump from there is going to take time. Not that I'm going to ever get to that level, but you understand what I'm trying to say here. So I'm just focusing on different things, and scores and how I'm throwing in terms of accuracy isn't as important as the long-term goal, which is to improve my technique, really, and to get better at this game, this wonderful game. So I'm going to get, one thing I've really changed is my posture. So I get my posture right, my head right before I lift my arm. Okay. I'm going 19s, by the way. Okay. And that tempo, slow tempo. If you watch me when I'm rushing, the accuracy is poor. I'm not really rushing, by the way. Which reminds me of England shirt today, so I thought I'd get it in there because Euros are on at the moment before we get knocked out. So I'll get it in at this stage in the group stages, because you can't get knocked out in the group stages. Well, you can get knocked out in the group stages, but until you finish the group stage, you're still in the competition. And that's a little bit of that's a football fact for you. And as always, this is an educational channel. So let's hit 18s. That's better. That last one, everything about that last one, the throw, the push back, the follow through. So if I try and get all of these things right every time, I just get overwhelmed. So all I'm doing, really, what I'm really thinking about is getting this posture right before I lift my arm. Simply just that. And I'm also trying to stop here. I'm trying to push through. Stop here and push through. Generally, I'm like this. I don't stop at all. And as was pointed out in my throw analysis by Straight to the Point, which I really recommend doing for yourself, is if you watch all the top players who were professionals, or anyone half decent at this, when you're bringing this back, there's a slight pause. There's a slight pause here before release, whereas I'm like, there's no pause, but a slight pause, and it's very unnatural to me. Okay, let's drop down to some 17s. Okay, so posture, head, lifting the dart, keeping the shoulder low. Okay, port. Better, look at that. That's not too bad. Bad throw, but the dynamics of what I was doing was okay. Okay, let's throw some bull, and we're going to throw some doubles today. So right there, I can already tell you by lifting that arm up, my head wasn't high enough. And why I do that, why I need to do that, is if I don't have my head up high enough, I do this. Throw the dart, and then as I'm coming back, I'm like, oh my goodness, my head, and I lift it up there. And that's not, you want to reduce the movement as much as possible. So just your elbow. This is what people have told me, by the way. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Lovely stuff. Look at that. Nearly bull. Right, let's go on to, let's start at tops. It's not bad. Not too bad. My average on doubles is around, if I'm having a solid day, around 10%. I don't think I'm terrible at doubles. My scoring's worse, I'll be honest. What is that about? What is that about? Come on, man. Focus. Positivity. Goodness me. That was double 20. So you've got one treble 20, you've got one treble 1, and you've got one that would have flown over if it wasn't for this wonderful surround. Goodness me. Not ideal, gentlemen and ladies. Okay. Okay, stay positive. And, the grouping wasn't bad. So it's just going to be I think if you look back at my videos from about 3 or 4 weeks ago, it's probably better in terms of accuracy. But I think this is going to fruit longer term gains by getting these basics right at this stage. Right there you are, that's nice. Oh, that's unfortunate. Lovely 3 darts though. Love that. There you are, that's the positivity we need. So England tonight, it's Thursday, by the way, when I'm recording this. This will come out probably over the weekend, perhaps Friday. Depends on timing, really. But yeah, England tonight against Denmark. Probably, I think every result, I've predicted a few on this channel, all the football results, what I think would happen. I'm pretty sure I've got nearly all of them wrong. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've got every single prediction wrong. So my prediction for tonight, which will be wrong, will be exactly the same as Sunday. It will be in England 1-0. But it could be 1-1, could be a draw. I think Southgate will take a draw. He doesn't mind. He just wants to qualify, and I understand. It's not how I would do it, but not close there. I need to focus more. One thing I don't do enough of is really focus on the target I'm trying to hit. So I just want to stare at this and stare it down and be like, become at one with my mind and my body. Okay, so the head's too low. I didn't follow through at all. I need to get that wrist all the way over. So beforehand, I'm throwing my arm. So I'm going to give you an example. I shouldn't do this too often. because I don't think it's going to be good. I need to get into the right habits. But this is how I normally throw, and this is why I think I'm more accurate this way with my arm. But this is short-term accuracy, I believe. So I'm going to throw how I used to throw, and I bet you're more accurate. Okay, I'm just going to go here. Okay, I got one of them in straight away. But I'm throwing like this, right? I'm throwing with such all arm here, whereas it should be a little bit more that wrist. Everything should be about the wrist. But I'm not going to go on to 18 because I know I hit it, but I want to hit it the right way. Oh, goodness me. It is demoralising because I am worse off playing this way, but I'm sure it's the right thing. I mean, all the things I'm changing are things that people have pointed out to me. And it is demoralising. And obviously, a few videos ago, I really gave myself a hard time because I've been playing badly lately. And I just got to try and keep that enthusiasm and motivation going. Yeah, it was much better before. I mean, you must notice that for those who do, a few of you do watch most of these. Am I doing the right thing by persevering? I am questioning it a little bit because it's been at least a week now since I've tried to implement a lot of these changes. I mean, good God. I mean, I'm god awful at the moment. Let's be honest about it. We can be honest as well as positive. They're not separate friends here. I'm not playing very well. It's going to be hard, but we can stay positive. We can say, look, now's hard. When we overcome these challenges, the experience of that will hold us in good stead in darts and in life. Okay, being comfortable is your enemy. Okay, you must have heard the experiment that happened with the mice. So the mouse in a cage with like nothing else except a little wheel. No training wheel. Sorry, just a very boring habitat. And the mouse was given some water with cocaine in it, and some water without cocaine in it, and the mouse basically drank itself to death on the cocaine. If there was also another experiment where the mouse had everything around it, had an exercise wheel, had other mice friends, other mouses, and that's and a wonderful basically place to live, and it didn't do that. So I guess my point here is don't drink cocaine in water. Right, let's go. What are we on here? Number 19 still. I mean, I'm not really getting close, but that's okay. Better grouping, getting closer. I mean, I've thrown at least 15 darts at this, and that's not good. But that's okay. We're getting better. I'm going to focus on that. That's the one. Basically, my release is all wrong. My wrist. I've changed from throwing with my arm to throwing my wrist, and it's going to take time, isn't it, to get the release right and then become consistent with it. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, is anybody out there actually still listening and has any real experience in this? Because a lot of these time I get so much advice. I start doing things and then I don't even know if I'm doing the right thing, really. Better. 18 and 17 down. But it's just repetitions, isn't it, really? Just repetitions. Okay. Oh, that's just awful. So, what else is going on? I guess there's Wimbledon starting soon. There's loads of football on at the moment. Serbia, Denmark playing right now as I'm Serbia and Slovenia. As I'm playing this, I think it'll be close to that. Slovenia are no mugs, and I think we made Serbia look pretty good the other night, if I'm honest. So I think it'll be a close game, that one. Maybe a draw. Oh, hello. What is that, man? Better. Yeah, this is going to be progress. This is going to be like this is going to be just another step in the progress, really. Because I wasn't really expecting. I don't expect big results, as you know from if anyone's watched this before. I don't really. I'm not really sort of desperate to get better averages and things. I just want to get better as a player. And if I'm finding myself getting worse because I have got dropped down, that's what I've struggled with. Really, is having to make changes that have affected my game badly in the short term. Lovely 3. I mean, look at that grouping. You can't get much closer than that. That's wonderful. There's probably 3 millimeters in total between those 3 darts. And look, it's a one-hander. It's a beautiful moment for an amateur darts player when you pick out those darts like this. Okay. Okie dokie, let's go. Not too bad. Don't mind these darts. When they're close enough and they're grouped well, even though I don't hit the doubles, I'm really pleased with that. You know, I'm fairly easily pleased. The best of times, but that's too fast. Look at that. Too fast. Tempo needs to be slowed down. I've known this since the day dot. Down to 15. Lovely day, by the way. I mean, the weather really does make a difference. Getting that vitamin D. Everyone's vitamin D deficient, by the way. During COVID, it became apparent that a lot of those patients were because they weren't taking enough vitamin D and they were or getting vitamin D from the sun. We were inside all the time. Remember, we've evolved not in these little houses all the time. If you did have a house, even 500 years ago, it was a mud hut. You didn't really want to spend much time in it anyway. So you're outside all the time. So now we're all inside all the time. Well, look, I hate to break it to you guys, the sun's quite important. Not sure if you've noticed those plants knocking about, they kind of like it, as do animals, as do we do, because it gives us a vitamin called vitamin D. If you're not getting enough sun, okay, you need to go get some vitamin D supplements. Everybody, okay? That's an order. There's some things I'm not gonna, most things I'm not gonna give you any advice over. There's one area I can. Vitamin D, please. Right, let's move on. You'll feel better for it, I promise. Right, on 15, stop messing about. Oh, terrible. Not terrible because they weren't that close. Terrible because I can feel it in my arm when I'm throwing good darts or not, and they're not good darts. I'm not doing the techniques right at all. Like that. No wrist. That was more wrist. That was more wrist. All right, let's try and get this 15 out of the way. I mean, I know I've talked quite a lot recently, but we've gone around the clock on doubles twice, 1 to 20, and I'm not getting anywhere near as many doubles lately. I mean, that's a real show of where I'm at. I mean, it's nasty at the moment, guys. So I'm going to throw 3 more now, just before we leave. I'm going to throw 3 how I used to throw and see how much better I was. I mean, it's not that much closer, but I don't mind those 3 darts. Right, we'll go to the new way and then we'll finish off on ball. That one was good. That's a lovely bit to finish on, that double 15. And we'll finish off, because I've earned it, look at that, lovely, right in the middle of the bed there. Let's finish off on some ball. I will take that. Not a bad ending. Look, I'm at a crossroads, not a crossroads, transition period from, going from getting better to then being like, okay, well done for getting better, but you've got to make changes if you want to keep going. And this is what I'm going through, is the transition of this throw from arm to wrist and fingers. And look, it's going to take time, but I'm going to keep going. And so should you, whatever you're doing. I really hope you're enjoying your darts. And yeah, have a wonderful day.